Well, if you saw the last video, I was too happy yesterday, and now I had a bad day at work. So I got what I wanted. Wanted to go to the gym angry, and now look where we're at. So I can't be happy. Now, happy was too good at the gym, and now my prayers have been answered, and now I've had a bad day at work. But that's not going to stop me from having a good Friday, a good weekend, a good Saturday, and a good Sunday. What I realized is I understand my purpose, my passion. It is simplistic and it is kind of pathetic, but reality is that I am a problem solver. I'm a problem solver in the sense that I want to fix things for people. That's why I want to be a CEO of a hospital someday, and or be in a managerial role. Why? Because positions of authority have failed me my entire life. And I'm not angsty, and I'm not an anarchist where I'm trying to overthrow the government or any positions of authority, nothing like that. It's simply the fact of I want to be better than them, because they have failed me and everyone else around us. And the problem is that the power gets to people's heads, and they can't let go. They can't humble themselves for 1 second and understand who they're talking to, because it doesn't matter to them, right? But when you get to a higher level of power, a higher level of responsibility, you can't forget from where you started, from your humble beginnings. You can't forget that's who you are. Once you forget that, you start to treat people differently. And once you do that, you've become everything you hated. Everyone has had a boss that they hated. Everyone who has had a boss that is just despicable and ruthless. You don't have to be ruthless to be a boss. You can be fair, you can be kind, you can be wise, you can be justful, but you don't have to be despicable. You don't have to be rude, and you don't have to be, So how do we prevent that? See your employees as humans. See your employees as people that matter. Don't see them as numbers on a spreadsheet that, they've been here for 6 months. It cost a little bit of time to train the next person if they need to be fired or let go, or they put in their 2 weeks. I mean, yes, you have to understand that, yes, people come and go. Okay. And yes, you have to understand that anyone can be fired at any time for a detrimental mistake. However, I think there is a ledger for everyone, and I think that, and this is something that I need to make sure that I stay on, is that you need to appreciate people for the things they do right, as well as the things that they do wrong, and how they correct their mistakes. I don't want to hear excuses, but I do want to see that you are being proactive. And you may not show that off to the world. Maybe you're doing it silently. What my boss has basically told me today is that I'm not showing off my proactivity enough. So what I have to do is everything I despise, which is show off to everyone. I have to document every single thing that I do. If I use the bathroom, I can't just say, hey, I'll be right back. I won't even say that. If I leave for a second to use the bathroom and come back within 30 seconds, maybe a minute, you need to just accept the fact that Luke is not here and present at this time. And it might be just for 1 minute. I'll let you know if I'm gone for more than 5 minutes. That makes sense. If I'm talking to somebody and I don't talk to coworkers, I don't have any social understanding at all of anyone. I barely talk to people at work except for regarding work. It's not like I'm going around messing around with everybody. I am actively doing my job at all times. Or I'm on my phone for a second at my desk watching my board, making sure that everything's being done. I listen to podcasts with an earbud in my ear, and then I continue to do work or stare at my computer. Either way, I am always present, but somehow that isn't enough. Apparently, when you do everything to the best of your abilities and that's not enough, apparently it's my fault because I should ask for help. So I need to ask for help because I'm not good enough. Well, I am good enough. I'm doing quite a bit on my own. You need to understand that there's certain capacity that I'm able to withhold. First of all, I'm brand new to this thing. Not brand new, but I'm learning. And part of learning means, by the way, I've got no teacher. My only teacher's on vacation, and also she kind of sucks as a teacher. Not very there's certain teachers in this world, but one of them is someone that takes offense every time you ask a question. Like, how dare you not know? Well, I'm asking you because I'm curious. And there should be no questions about it. If I have a question, you answer my question to the best of your abilities, and now we can move on. You know the phrase, there's no such thing as stupid questions? There's no such thing as stupid questions. The reason I'm asking you something is just to verify real quick. You don't have to be angry at me. I may not be able to tell you to your face because I might get you upset again. So I'll just tell this to myself and whoever's watching. Maybe you watch this one day, I don't know. I don't think you really care about anyone except yourself. And that's something I will never do. I will strive to never become you. And I see that. And one thing is placing the blame game. When you just say, well, you didn't do that right. You didn't do this right. Who didn't do this right? They didn't do it right. Once you just play the blame game, I've noticed that this is a very corporate thing to do. I figured that out. And I think it's a very narcissistic thing to do. And I think that if you just play the blame game with people, that's a very managerial thing, by the way. It is very much outsourcing your problems. It's saying, well, they screwed it up. It's their fault. Well, okay, sure, maybe. But was it 90% their fault, 10% ours? Probably. I would say so. So let's not play the blame game. Let's just fix the problem and then have a nice day. And then let's get to the bottom of it and let's change the policy so that next time that doesn't happen. Whoa, did that sound smart? Did that sound genius? That's actually just normal procedure. That's not that crazy to say that. It's not ridiculous to say that. So, instead of playing the blame game within your department and attacking your employees that work under you, in a very small department, by the way, it's just the 14 of us. And they're not here every day, so really it ends up being the 7 of us. Okay, so within the 7 of us, do you really want to just crap on us? Each one, one by one, by the end of the week, everyone has had a bad day because of you? Do we really need to do that? We don't. What I see is a crumbling city. Not even a city, a town. No. A building. It's just crumbling slowly. And it all has to do with having a toxic work environment. And I know when you try to make a positive, family-based work environment, it ends up being worse because everyone's fake to each other, and then everyone's conniving and deceitful and manipulative, and that's also a problem. I understand that reputation and perception are very important, but having my own boss tell me about perception, it doesn't make any sense. So, I have explained everything away to these people. I have told them in the moment when they got misconstrued over something or they didn't understand something, I told them. I said, well, this, and this happened. We're just doing this. We're wrapping this up. We're doing this. Yes, I was stuck with this patient. I couldn't talk to this person, whatever. You have it stuck in your brain already that I'm just goofing off, which I'm not. But you can't get out of your head. And now, when it's a month later, by the way, my memory's solid, so I will bring it up again. I will tell you exactly what happened, which is kind of crazy. You're telling me one thing and I have to tell you another a month later. That's hard to do. If you have a problem with me, send an email about it. Send an email, because you want me to send an email about everything. You want me to send a message about everything. So why don't you use the same mentality? If I screw up, if I make a mistake, send me an email. I'll be pissed about it, but send me an email so I can defend myself, and we can just square this whole situation away. But I want to know immediately. Because I'm a perfectionist, I want to be perfect for myself and others. Which means that I don't want to be messing around for 2 weeks, and finally you tell me about something 2 weeks later, so I can't defend myself on it, and I just have to bite the bullet. No, that's not what we're doing. No. If you have something to say, you say it right now. I'm not trying to be confrontational. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, because I'm a problem solver. And you telling me 2 weeks later doesn't get anything done for anyone. So I had to burn this off the gym today. I had to go on the treadmill for an hour and just run. I had to burn it off. And it just pisses me off so much. Because I do my job to the best of my abilities. And now I'm going into work on tomorrow. It's Friday night. I can't even go out on a Friday night because I've got to work tomorrow morning for 4 hours. They don't even need me. I've got 2 patients. I check them in 30 seconds each. The rest of it is doing clerical work and helping out my other coworkers, which is alright. It's important. I understand. But, damn it. This is why I'm going into a position of authority. It's because they have failed me my entire life. I have to be better than them. I have to set a better standard, and I have to remove those who create that environment. And usually the humble people at the bottom are one of 2 things: good workers or bad workers. All you have to do is eliminate the bad workers. But don't let the good workers think too highly of themselves. Because then, when they get their promotion, they start to get a little uppity about it. It makes me upset because what are they doing all day? They tell me they're doing a bunch of things and their responsibilities are so much higher than mine, but I could switch roles any day. I'll do 20 PowerPoints. I'll lead meetings. I'll research for tomorrow's meetings. I will, discuss and listen. I'll take notes on meetings. I'll use ChatGPT on my side, and we will summarize meetings, notes. I'm a problem solver. I'll listen in meetings and discuss different options for how we can improve. And I'll follow up too. So for everyone that outsources these projects and takes a week, I'll get done in a day. Because I won't go home until things are done. That's another thing. I don't go home at 5. I go home at 5 right now because my boss says so. But if I had some more stuff to do, and if I was rewarded for it and not punished, and I said, oh yeah, Luke, you can stay until 6 if you want to do this, this, and this, and this, we'll give you a gold star the next day. I'll do it. That's my mentality. I'll do it. Anytime. But there's something new that we have to implement. We have to nickel and dime ourselves. We have to be petty. So I'm being petty to myself right now. I'm acting like, okay, checking in patient for blah, 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 blah. Checking in patient for blah, blah, blah. Finish with patient. Putting wristband on. I'll do that. Fine. You want me to audit myself? You want to know what I'm doing all day? Fine by me. I will continue to do so. So I'll put in the chat. I'll do it all. I'll get in the second that anyone says anything to me about, whoa, you're doing too much, buddy, I'm going to say this. I was talked to about not being at my desk. So I want to make people aware that when I'm not at my desk or I'm doing something or I'm busy with a patient, that people are aware of what I'm doing. I think it's petty. I despise it. I hate it. But apparently, my perception means everything. I hate having to prove myself. But if that's what it takes, if people don't trust me that I'm doing my job, I will nickel and dime myself and I will be petty to myself and I will let you know every time I sneeze and every time I take a sip of water and refill my cup of water and go to the bathroom. Do you want me to put in the chat when I use the bathroom too? I would feel that doesn't need to be documented. I don't even really tell my coworker that. When I worked overnight shift, if I went to use the bathroom, I just said, I'll be right back. That's it. I'm not saying I'm using the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right back. What? I'm just gonna go. I might not even say I'm using the bathroom or I'll be right back. I'm not saying nothing. I'm gonna boom, boom. Hey, what's up? Oh, there's an ambulance. Okay, bet. I'll run over there real quick. That's it. Simple as that. Now, I can handle a lot. I can handle a lot of emotional stress. I can handle a lot of strain. I can handle a lot of pressure. I can handle a lot of speed. And I'm pretty aware of my surroundings to the point where I have decent attention to detail within bounds. However, there's certain limitations. Like when the fact of is usually there's 3 people doing my job. Right now it's just me. And yeah, I have support from my management, but that's not necessarily much. It's not necessarily everything. It doesn't hold anything. It has no weight. It's light as a feather. I'm teaching my management at the same time as trying to check in patients. It's straining me. And then I feel like I'm the only one there right now. I feel like I'm by myself. And I can handle it. But then on top of that, even after, I don't necessarily feel like I'm making mistakes, I'm even getting nickel and dimed on that. So I understand. When I make a mistake, let me know. When I don't make a mistake, why am I getting talked to right now? You see what I mean? So when I'm doing everything dandy and there's external factors at play, you can ask me, hey, where'd you go? And I'll let you know. But why am I having to prove myself to you? That's just pathetic. But if that's what you want, I'll do it. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Because apparently that's not good enough. I don't like people who have to tell everyone what they're doing at all times. When someone says, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, I'll be right back. Okay, man, just go. You ain't got to tell me. Thank you, I guess. Want me to go in there with you? I don't know. What do you want from me? So I just did that, blah, 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 on the picture, and I put the wristband, I did that, and I checked that one in, and I'm like, okay, brother, I just checked in one, too. Do you want me to tell you everything about that one, too? It's like, put it in the notes. I'll read it later. You know what I mean? So, I'm starting to see errors with management. Problems. I don't like that. I kind of want to go in tonight and talk to a few people because I don't know. And I got to do homework tonight. Yeah. I'm going to stay up late. Just because. We're going to watch some Invincible, make some rice. Got a little protein bar I'm going to eat. And, yeah. Anyways. It's been a day. But when it's been a day, you can only do one thing, and that's go to the gym, work out, burn off some cardio, whatever you want, eat some food, chill out, and hope it all works out tomorrow. But yeah, sometimes I just want to, whatever. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you later. Have a good weekend. I'll see you. Bye now.